Welcome to AnimeUnraveled. I'm Rex Paget.
I am Daniel Peppers.
And I'm Tristan Morrill. There was a pause there, Pep.
Yeah, are you?
It was dramatic effect.
Was it dramatic? Why dramatic effect?
I don't know. You know, I'm feeling not myself today, you know?
Not feeling yourself
Yeah,
today?
you know, you ever have those days where you're just not feeling yourself? You're just
Last weekend, actually.
you know, and you're just like, man.
The weather last weekend
Right.
had me feeling not myself. It's why we didn't come together. It's been a week.
It's been a week.
We have not, hey,
It's been a week.
it's been over a week since we've all been together.
Yeah,
I can tell.
yeah. It's a new thing I'm working on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, in the light of starting the episode, I have actually been watching anime over the past week.
Me too.
Have you?
Crazy.
That's wild because I have not really been on top of my anime game.
No,
here lately.
the last 4 episodes. Hey, Tristan, you watching anime for your anime pocket? You know, just haven't done it.
My dog ate my homework.
My
I'm
dog-
sorry.
yeah.
Listen, hear me out. I also have been trying to get stuff sorted with like 3D printers and all this other stuff.
I hear you.
Yeah? Is
I
that-
cannot have this in my hand.
no.
I'm just gonna be like, boop. Does it hurt?
See, it would be
No.
more funny if you like
Hit him on top of that.
something was going on and it was like the perfect moment for the clap and you just like hit the button with it.
I could definitely stop us recording with this. I could not. I
Yeah.
don't think I can reach.
Definitely not.
Maybe if I stacked
How are you going to stack
my
them?
dual wielding,
Dual wield.
I think I can do it.
What are you trying to do? No, that's never gonna happen.
It's like 3D. Ooh. All right, we got.
We gotta stop.
We
this.
gotta stop. All right. But yeah, so you guys watched anime, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you did you watch something, Peppers? Because something seems different.
Listen.
No, this is normal.
This is me normal. This is you know.
This is an everyday Pepper's occurrence.
yeah.
I think it's just
He goes to work like this.
I see what the difference is. He's not wearing a hat.
That's what it is.
Oh,
That's
That's what it is.
Okay.
It's
the lack of the hat.
Yeah,
man,
that's
when I
what-
lose my hat, it's
It's
like I'm a
weird.
different human being.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, I did watch something.
Did you?
Yeah, I watched. It's a little anime.
There's a little one, little guy.
Yeah,
Little unheard of. Oh, okay.
Unheard of. Sword Art Online.
All right.
Oh.
SAO, as the kids say.
As the kids say.
Yeah, I went all the way from the beginning to the end of Mother's Rosario. I did not start Alization.
Elysium.
Both the same.
If you say so.
So it was a solid, what is that, like
50 episodes.
50, 60
I
episodes?
think it's more than 50.
I don't actually know. It's been so long since I've watched it.
So,
Yeah.
boys, let's talk about Sword Art Online.
Okay,
Oh, okay,
we're
fine.
starting
We're-
the episode with SAO. Okay.
Yeah.
We're finally gonna
I'm
do
here
this.
for
Yeah,
this.
we're doing this, man. Because I need to speak. I need to be heard. I just never thought we would have
Unlike
this conversation.
Klein. I
Unlike
got you.
Klein.
Yeah.
Let's talk about fucking Klein. Okay. Honestly, listeners, if you don't want to hear about Sword Art Online, just skip to the next episode next week. Like, just go ahead and skip this episode because this is what this episode is going to be about. I apologize.
I don't.
No, he's excited. I've never seen when Tristan came in this morning. He was so excited for a multitude of reasons.
One.
Hello. Yeah, and you're a huge fan of SAO, huh?
Yeah. This
like
is
you grew up, like not grew up, but
Not grew up. So this is probably one of the first anime that I binged. So I actually was just talking about this with Bryson in our Discord last night. We were in the Discord and we were talking. We were remembering the good times when we were young, the times when we didn't have any responsibilities. And
the world
jobs.
was in front of you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how I would come over, spend like 4 days there at a time. And one time, it was either during summer or whatever, we stayed up all night, like till like 5 or 6 in the morning and watched everything that was out for Sword Art Online at the time.
Okay.
And then went to bed and woke up at like 4 p.m. the next day. But we started and finished what was out for
And you
SAO.
didn't regret a single minute of it, did you?
No.
No. Well, I don't regret my time either. Okay? I don't regret my time.
Because you saw something that's historical, right?
And that's actually a big point of what I want to bring up. So this came out in 2012,
Yes.
right? I was a part of like the isekai boom. That's kind of when we started, like, you know, I met you and isekai was already fucking taking over the world.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's really like a history book. You're like, people really started just fucking copying what this thing was doing.
100%. If you watch Sword Art and you hadn't, you'll be like, wow, I see all of the shit that's in every other series.
Like, it's honestly, and Sword Art, for good and bad, it built this way of having motifs each season or each part.
Yeah, kind of like JoJo's. I got you.
It's 100%. Rex, they follow me on this. Sword Art Online is the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure of the isekai genre.
Oh, no. See, I thought you were going to say Sword Art Online is the...
Is better than JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I hear what you're saying.
No. It's like the bland bitch version of JoJo's.
Dude, I hate parts of Sword Art Online. I think I hate part 5 of JoJo's more.
Okay, so the thing is, as much as I don't like parts of part 5, I still have things that I love about part 5.
We are different human
the
beings.
fucking torture dance? Come on.
The
fact they just, a random guy comes up to him and they're like, he's probably a stand user, and literally just kill this man for no reason. I love that.
This is personally fantastic for me because you've got JoJo's like biggest like dick sucker over here.
Yeah.
And then you have someone that has stated numerous times they would never watch SAO.
Yeah,
And
this is
also
wild.
for a while was sucking JoJo's dick.
Yeah.
And now never SAO JoJo's dick sucker is sitting here like, there's parts of SAO that I like way better than JoJo's.
Well, I get that.
Way
Part
better
5
of
is-
part 5.
Yeah, I was about
and
to say,
part 1.
Part 1 and part
A little
5
bit
are
of part
weak.
2 too.
Hey!
A little bit of part 2.
This is interesting. This
And
makes
a little bit of part 6.
I feel
this makes
I
me
feel
happy.
attacked.
But no,
It's not without its problems.
It's not without its fucking problems, though. And that's, how do we want to do this? Do we want to talk arc, like arc to arc, or do we want to talk in general?
I feel like we should do arc.
Yeah, it's got to be
Okay.
arc to arc.
Otherwise, we'll be like zipping, zagging.
All right,
and it'll be confusing.
I'll make it a game. All right, and then I'm a little bit of a narcissist, so I'll make it about me. So,
Okay.
I'll do least to favorite parts.
Okay, so you'll go least favorite.
I'll talk
to most
about my least to my most favorite.
So
All right.
we're going to talk about season 2 first. Okay.
No, here's the thing: it's technically not season 2.
Yeah, Fairy Dance is
Yeah, I
actually
know,
the
it's
second half
considered
of
the
season
second
1.
half.
But
I
no,
know.
we're we're talking about Mother's Rosario first.
So least to best. Okay,
Least
so
to
you
best.
disliked Mother's Rosario the most.
100%.
Okay,
And
I told you, we talked about this a little bit before you got into
Yeah.
it. I said, to me, Mother's Rosario was very lackluster. I like
100%.
parts of it. I like that it kind of gave Asuna the limelight.
That's not my biggest problem with it. My biggest problem is, so Mother's Rosario, it's got the sword art tropes, like they go into a game, beat this boss battle, right?
Yeah.
But the main story beat is the girl is sick.
She has
died.
AIDS.
She has AIDS, basically. My thing is this, right? It's very melodramatic. Like, it's very Days of Our Lives
It really
soap
is.
opera
Yeah.
towards the end. The problem with that, I think it would have worked better if it was a character we had been following since the beginning.
Yep. Well,
If they would have picked a character from the
That
beginning
survived, yeah.
that survived and had them be the sick one, that emotional weight they were trying to do with Mother's Rosario would have been so much stronger than a random fucking character we just met in that arc.
I agree with you completely.
she makes a, like, kind of a comeback, she makes an appearance in Elysiazation.
Sure.
Because of the way that the world works there. I'm not going to go too. I'm not going to go.
We're
into
not talking
detail
about
with that.
Elysiazation.
Yeah, because
But
I
she
have
does.
no idea.
She does come back into that, and like the whole, she was actually someone that only wanted to do this one thing, get their names on that wall,
Right.
Like, because she wanted her name immortalized, because she knew
she was
when she was
dying.
done.
Yeah.
she was done.
dying.
But like, there's not to say that Akihiko Kayaba or whomever couldn't have done the thing for her.
I'm sure. But my whole point is, like, if you look at the story of
Oh,
Mother's
100%.
Rosario, that story is not a bad story. Like, it's kind of neat, right? Because it kind of, I think, tries. I don't think it succeeds, in my opinion, but it tries to have the emotional weight of or people we meet online we have an emotional connection to. That's really its biggest like story beat over all of this whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think they would have sold it home. Asuna can still have the limelight, and I'm not saying it's got to be Kirito, obviously not. But if they would have picked Klein to have AIDS, how much of that emotional weight would have fucking hit you?
Dude, if they picked Klein, I would be devastated.
Yeah, because he
not only did he not get any screen time, now they're just cutting him out of the show.
Yeah.
I feel
That'd
like
have been brutal.
what has happened here? Did his
Klein.
voice actor do something wrong?
Exactly.
I'd have been pretty upset. I'd have been more upset and probably just.
I feel like at that
SAO
point,
off.
people would just stop watching.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
They
maybe
could-
not him.
maybe-
That's an extreme example.
Maybe
but
Agil.
Agil.
What about the girl with the familiar?
I mean, I wouldn't have cared then.
No.
But see,
She's so young.
but that emotional weight would have hit you more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she's just his child.
Yeah, and I just think that it's you look at that right, and maybe I'm looking at it wrong, and maybe in the comments you can be like, no, you're not understanding. Maybe I'm not, but I think that they wanted to do something super dramatic, right? Because, and it's gets to the biggest problem that SAO has, in my opinion. When they started respawning, they fucking lost any type of emotional weight or any type of anything in
They
all
did.
their fights.
When it was
sure.
no longer a death game and you could just die outright. Yeah, it did.
Because, and we're
Which is a big point for season 1, part 2. Fairy
and
dance.
that's what I was about to get to. See, I was transitioning.
No,
I've thought
no.
about this conversation.
I'm proud of
that
you, buddy.
goes to my second least favorite, which is the fairy
dance arc.
And
Or Alabama. Welcome.
yeah. So one of the biggest thing is this guy that is in love with like the
Asuna.
the other girl, the fairy girl, the one that Kirito's cousin.
Oh, Sugu.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that
Lifa.
guy's name? I can't remember his name.
But he does this big dramatic like explosion thing, and because at this part
it doesn't matter though because it was just
you
Respawn.
just got done with Sword Art Online 1 through 14, where all this. So you're like, this would have been fucking badass.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
And then you're like, oh wait a minute,
It doesn't matter.
wait 30 seconds, you'll be back.
Well, no, it's also like, oh, he just loses some stats because he committed
Yeah,
suicide.
that was the way that was like the difference is that if you died, if you didn't have stats to the next level, you lost the progression for that stat and you had to start that stat over. Now, I would say that it was interesting to see Kirito still having the PTSD of dying and not dying.
Yes, I
yes and no.
yes and no.
Like they over dramatized it a bit, in which, of course, you would be plagued with PTSD at this point.
Like he wanted to take it all
But-
on his shoulders. He was not going to let someone else do that for him.
I think my issue with it is as someone that like would have PTSD and want to have more control, he doesn't really act like it. Like I'd expect someone that had been through something like that to be more like Guts, which
Yes.
the actual Black Swordsman.
the real Black Swordsman.
yeah. you know that
Me.
You know that. Yes, you know that meme from like X-Men that's like, I want the real one.
Oh, yeah.
Basically that.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Is they had a lot of things. My whole thought on season 1, part 2, the fairy dance stuff, I think it's inconsequential. I don't think it needs to exist. And I'll tell you why, right? Because it leads into GunGale. Honestly, the story beats of GunGale could have absolutely happened if they would have had an extra episode where they let Asuna out.
Yeah.
And someone could have explained what was going on with like the egg and like all that stuff.
Yeah, the world.
In
Yeah.
a fucking paragraph to the guy in the first episode of GunGale. And
Yeah.
you have the same fucking thing, except you're not stuck in the home world of elves, which apparently
Alfheim.
that's their fucking home world now.
Yeah, the Alfheim.
Yeah.
So yeah, once they got the world seed, I agree. Once Kaiba comes in, after Kirito logs in using his credentials to get highest level admin access, and Kirito uses, which is wild that he knew
GM powers.
Yeah, GM powers. And then he uses Kaiba's login, and Kaiba melted his brain into the internet.
Yeah, pretty much.
And now he's
So-
immortal because he lives in the internet.
Yeah, so if Kaiba could do that, why couldn't they do that to the girl that has AIDS?
That was the point that I was making, that I was like circling back around
Okay.
to. They could have done it to her,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
there's a very low chance of success.
so what? It's kind of like
Either way.
Yeah, I mean, hey, either you die or you're immortal.
It's kind of like in Ghost in a Shell, they were copying people's brains to make clones.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, the normal person can maybe survive it like twice, but there was this one dude that had like 20-something clones, and they were like, damn, he's virile.
You're gonna realize early on in Aliciazation they probably could have saved her. So anyways, they could have saved Yuki in Aliciazation. So what I was saying is that like Kirito gets GM powers, and then Kayaba comes in after he kills the dude that his avatar is Fairy King Oberon.
Yeah.
After he, tries doing weird things to Asuna.
Oh, very weird.
Very
Oh
weird.
yeah, why was that in the show?
Licking her on the cheek and like,
licking her tears. Yeah.
Let me just pull this ribbon. No.
Yeah.
So anyways, so then you get the Kayaba being like, hey, here's the world seed, blah, blah, blah. Then Kirito's like, look, I'm coming to you. And then he has to fight this dude in a fucking hospital parking lot.
Now, honestly, that part, I was like, I'm good with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if this was more going on, let's
Like,
go.
this is the only time realistically in SAO that there is real world
Yeah.
consequences.
The dude's just getting fucking stabbed.
Yeah.
He's getting a mugging, basically.
Like, can we just take a minute? Like, Kirito literally gets cut, starts freaking out, then goes, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Takes the knife and goes, it's too light.
I don't like this weight.
it would be real funny if he was like, well, it's a good thing I wasn't born in America because this could have been way worse.
I don't know. I just think that was my whole problem. I don't like the aesthetic of Alfheim
Oh,
at all.
I got you on that.
Honestly, the actual like games like today that you can get, the Alfheim games are pretty okay. I
Yeah.
did prefer the GGO one. Though.
Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get to GGO. It's further down on the list.
Yeah, of course it is.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
GunGale has
Because if I'm right, next is probably
Let's see. Well, I still want to talk about
Fairy
season
Dance.
1, part 1, part 2, or whatever I'm talking about.
You're talking about
Alfheim.
Fairy Dance.
Fairy
Alfheim.
Dance.
Yeah.
One, like I said, I think since we just got done with episodes 1 through 14, which truthfully I think could have been a standalone. Think of the world that we live in
yeah.
if Sword Art Online was 14 episodes, and they would have just escaped the game at the end.
I mean, yeah.
It would have been put on a pedestal. I really think
it would be way higher.
I think it would be put on a pedestal. I don't think the jokes about Sword Art Online would exist and stuff like
No.
that.
I think that also you could have made it a 26 episode and gone higher in the floors.
And that's the
that
thing.
would have been
yeah.
cool too. Maybe like just actually show a lot more of the
Of
troubles
what
they
the
go through.
actual floors of Aincrad were like
Right,
before
because
they got to the Ruby Palace.
You really only saw like 4 bosses.
Yeah, maybe at most.
No, you saw 4.
I know they were fucking
Cobalt.
cruising in time. But we'll get to Sword Art Part 1 here in a minute. But with Part 2, I think that's what kills the momentum of it is you've just gotten through like this hype shit, and then you just fucking stop.
Yep.
And you're just like, what the fuck?
Kirito's like sickly and frail.
Yeah, you're
and-
like, what the fuck?
I mean,
And then-
okay, him being sickly and frail
Makes sense.
I'm glad that was a thing at the end, and it wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm still like imperfect.
well, I'm
shit.
talking about like when he's like Sugu is messing with him at the house before he goes and goes to school.
Yeah,
Which it was an interesting idea to put all of the SAO survivors.
that
at
is
school.
interesting. That is
that
interesting.
is interesting, but at the same time, how would that even work?
Also,
because
at the
they're
same-
all over the world, essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also at the same time, they're so used to they've lived in this world that world for years.
Well,
It was
it was
year.
a year. Yeah.
Was it a year?
I think it's a year.
Because,
or it's 1 or
uh,
they
2
were
years.
fucking cruising.
Because the
through
first
that.
boss took them 4 weeks. So
Does time work different in the game?
no.
Because I feel like they were jumping around.
It was 1 or 2 years. They were not in the game for like I can't remember exactly.
It was a while.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a while because
So that whole school, there should be fights broken out at all times. Because they should still be in that fucking PTSD of like, I'm going to fuck him up.
Well, that's part of the reason why, and it's not just that school. Like there apparently were schools for SAO survivors put up all over the world.
I got you.
But with that, they actually, and I think they explain it later, that the main reason why all the SAO survivors are in the schools is to be monitored. Because you
I-
still had people that were quite literally murderers.
I just had a thought. SAO would have been so much better if he wasn't a high schooler. Can you imagine if
like
someone?
Klein?
Wait, well, yes, basically. But can you imagine if someone like from our job
Yeah.
got stuck in an MMO where they were killing people for 2 years, and then suddenly got sent back to our job. Can you imagine?
I know Josh, the guy that I was watching it with, was like, I wouldn't want to come back.
Well,
Even if I had a log out button, I'd be like, I can't seem to hit it. I just can't.
I can't
it's
get
not
out.
working.
Yeah, it's glitched.
It's glitched. I don't think it's working.
But no, I'm just saying because people are a little hot-headed in our field sometimes.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
all I'm saying is that if we get full dive technology,
You're
and
jumping
they
in day one.
Oh, yeah,
day
let's
one.
go.
Day zero.
Day zero.
I'm pre-ordering it.
Alpha test.
I'm not even checking to see if there's a microwave emitter in it to fry my brain if I
Bring
die.
it.
I'm going all in. All in.
It
I'll take the
depends.
prototype.
I've been.
Okay, wait. It depends because if I see it's like, oh, this was made by the American government, I'll be like, no.
Trust.
Hard pass.
Listen.
Rex, you got to get off the government, man. It's 2 episodes in a fucking row.
Okay, I'll stop.
Jesus.
Listen. Either A, you get full dive gaming technology, or B, it's not my problem anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
That
There's not really a loss
No?
in that, except for Klein never got his pizza. But we'll get it.
Dude, that poor pizza man never got his tip. What are you
That's what I'm
talking
saying. Never
about?
got paid. He had to pay for that fucking pizza. That's the thing.
He probably sat on his porch and ate
Jesus.
it.
But yeah, I don't know. I think
I do agree. Fairy Dance is not without its issues because it takes all
100%.
of the weight and gravity of the decisions made in Aincrad and kind of tosses them out the window.
and that's
Minus the fact Kirito transfers most of his fucking stats over from
Yeah.
Aincrad because it's like a root kernel version of the cardinal system, and he is already like just comes in
Broken,
Yeah.
busted.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing is like it was 12 to 14 episodes of really just getting to that end goal of like there's a world seed and you can build as many games as you want, right?
Yep.
The thing about that is you could have opened GunGale with someone explaining that to Kirito and it holds just as much fucking weight.
But I mean,
yeah.
in a sense, they kind of do that at the very end of Fairy Dance.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
he's
That's what I'm saying. You could cut that scene
And
'cause-
make that the first episode of
GunGale and you're good to go. Like none of that stuff. Like, yes, you could make the debate that Asuna and Kirito's relationship gets stronger because they go through this. But,
then
who gives a fuck?
Then you don't get the politics of Alfheim because they're so interesting.
No,
No, they're not.
No, like okay, One Piece
I hear you,
does
brother.
politics and
right.
does it well.
Super well.
Now, Sword Art,
Mm.
it makes me question why we exist.
Apparently, that's not the only kind of politics that does, but I digress.
Like,
you sad
it just
panda.
makes me very sad to see, like, oh yeah, they're slowly going to do a coup,
Yeah.
and it's just like it doesn't make sense to even do this. There's no point.
They explain it in the game.
Yeah,
that
I know.
You get bonuses
You
for
get
taking
bonuses,
over.
but-
Anyways,
It's just not worth it.
Peppers.
No.
So now that we've kind of perused through Fairy Dance.
Those are the two I think that I have the strongest opinions about because I just think that they are somewhat.
lackluster.
There's ways that those stories could have worked. I just think that they played the safe route, especially with Mother's Rosario.
You think
Definitely.
they played the safe route with Alfheim?
Yeah, I really do. I think that they were.
I don't think they did.
They could make a very interesting like story outside of the game, but instead they were like, we got to create a new world and they got to be inside this game.
Okay.
And they got to do that.
And then they re-add
could've-
Aincrad to
and
Fairy.
exactly. Like
Okay, to that degree, I agree with you. The only reason I say they didn't is because they did some, weird things as far as how.
cousin wanted to fuck people?
Well, the cousin
Yeah.
thing, also Asuna being held hostage,
Yeah.
essentially.
they
those-
they had to have the fan
Those,
service.
well, that's the only thing that Alfheim really pushed because the
Oh,
moment,
100%.
the moment he goes in there, he just meets his new squad of women.
Exactly. Oh
Like,
yeah.
What the hell?
I will say this, right? I will
Kirito
say-
has Raz.
Riz is what
Riz,
it's called, my
Riz.
brother.
Listen, the
Don't let
young
the old
people.
men correct you on the Riz.
I am much older than ye.
I sit in my room and watch nothing but anime. I don't go outside.
The most Riz. I hear you.
Yeah.
The Riz.
The women come to him.
But no, I will say this, right? I agree with you. The fucking cousin shit is weird. The Asuna fucking shit is weird. I kind of let it pass because I didn't expect anything more. Like, I don't hold SAO
Okay.
to that fucking pedestal of like, it's gonna do that shit. You know.
I mean,
yeah,
at
because-
this point, he has been desensitized to.
I really have.
I mean, he really does. Just like it's like he goes from one game to the next, looking for new members of his harem.
100%.
And
Like,
the
that
funny
is
thing
each
is
season.
he has absolutely no emotional problems, connections with any of them. He's
No.
like, yeah, you're cool.
Yeah, that's it.
But yeah, I mean, I let that stuff slide. So, let's see what else we got.
Let's see. Well, all we've gone through is Mother's Rosario and Fairy Dance. So now we're in the middle section. What's
Okay.
your middle?
I'm trying to think of all the arcs. I know
I
there's
know what your next one is, bro.
It's probably Excalibur.
It's Excalibur.
Excalibur.
Yep.
That's probably what it is, isn't it? Because we got Excalibur, GunGale, and then SAO original, right?
Yep,
Those
yep.
are the
Those
arcs,
are- that's what
right?
we got.
And it's
left.
probably in that order.
So Excalibur, it's 3 episodes. One, I appreciate an arc just being like, fuck it, 3 episodes. Super quick, about an hour, man, you're good to go.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it really
It
is.
really was.
It could have been.
You know, I hear people like I've heard people shit on it because it's like,
okay.
it's
so
kind of just fun though. They're actually in the fucking game.
The only reason that people shit on it is because during Fairy Dance, Kirito summons Excalibur.
Sure.
And he's like, uses it, kills.
But
what's-
they explain
No,
that
he hands it to the
wa-
other guy.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he tosses it to him and then uses his sword. And he's like, it's lighter than I thought when he first gets Excalibur.
Yeah.
Which obviously, because his character is broken.
Yeah.
And he has GM powers. So now they have added Excalibur to New Alfheim, because that's what it's called. It's not that the Alfheim that they're in is not the one that they were in Fairy
Well,
Dance.
obviously, when you get caught for basically child trafficking.
yeah, they're gonna shut that down.
Yeah. So they're
shut that
they're
down.
in a new Alfheim is what they've called it, and they finally unlocked the seed to be able to get Excalibur.
Right.
You just had to do a series of quests.
Yeah, and they explain it. He
Which-
wants to earn it. He wants to
Yeah.
earn
Which
Excalibur.
is really cool, especially since, they actually put some mythology in there.
They got,
too.
you got
did.
Thor in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Although it was
And
really funny when
Yggdrasil.
Klein releases her and he's like, "Oh my god, what's your name?"
I
mean,
do love the
My
comedy.
name is Klein.
Klein is down bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He sees all these women flocking to Kirito and he's like, "Well, what about me?"
I need
he's like,
something.
he's like, not a damn one even looks at me.
No, I don't even get looked at.
I just carry the guy's gear. Like, let's
Then
be
they
honest.
get into that
He's
boss
the caddy.
chamber and the female.
I do like how when he's letting them go, though, they're like, "This is 100% a trap. This is 100% a trap."
Oh yeah,
This is
every single
this
one
is
of them.
100%
This
a
is
trap.
Yep, this is a trap.
Trap. And then even Klein's like, "I know it's a trap. I gotta go back."
I'm a samurai.
Hey, listen.
That's what he
I'm a
says. He says, "I'm a
stand-up
samurai."
general.
I really wish they made Klein like the whitest guy possible. And he's like, I'm a samurai.
They did. They did make him the whitest. He literally plays samurai. He says that he will not use magic in Alfheim, and everyone's like, "Well, your sword skills that use like fire, that's magic," and he has an existential crisis.
I think if they did a spinoff of Klein, I'd sign me up day one.
Oh, I'm in.
Day one.
I'm in. Minimal Kirito.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's
Yeah, just
inoffensive.
Klein and Agu.
I'm in.
Yeah, hang on a second. Maybe.
They're like a buddy cop comedy.
There we go.
God.
Oh my God! They're trying to arrest people in like the
and
new.
when they do the live action, The Rock can play Agu.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, we've done it.
This is a
I figured it out.
franchise.
Who's gonna play Klein?
That's a good question.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's an easy pick. No, but I don't know. It's inoffensive, and I do kind of like how they just committed to like it's literally watching this group that has all been converged over the last 2 seasons, and they're just playing a fucking raid boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that
essentially.
works, and I think that fucking works.
It's just
Though
fun.
when they the whole trap thing when was it Lady did they use Lady Sif maybe
Probably.
I
That would
think
make
might have been
sense.
and then they were like find my treasure and they're like use lightning magic and it's Mjolnir and
Yeah.
then she becomes Thor.
It's pretty cool. Like it's just a fun. It's if you've played an RPG or something. If you raid, like it's literally watching this party raid this thing.
Yeah.
And I think it works.
Something we should probably do again sometime soon in Final Fantasy Online.
Still thinks I'm gonna play Final Fantasy. Crazy. And I also kind of like that they tried to have that thing where he threw away Excalibur because he wasn't ready yet, and then the party member that he just got fucking got him the sword.
Yep, she uses the bow, and they're like, "Oh, she's
Oh
like,
yeah, you know, because she's trying to steal that #1 spot.
She's trying to get that #1 spot.
Yeah.
Like,
And she hands him the
think
sword.
of me when you use this.
yeah, basically.
Which becomes a point later on because literally the only time you see Kirito draw Excalibur after he gets it is in Mother's Rosario. When he runs around the tunnel
Yeah.
and lands in front of everyone and looks at Asuna and goes, "Go, I'll
Yep.
take care of them." It's like 100 people.
He just does this.
Yep. It's just 100 people, and he's just there.
But
and
also
Yui,
Klein is there in the back, like, hey, I'm coming too.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
coming
he is.
as well.
He is. They make sure to do that to poor Klein. And Kirito, that's when he finally, you see him use Excalibur.
Yeah.
Because he has said that he will only use it, I think, to help his friends. He will not use it regularly because its abilities are too broken.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it's kind of like the polar opposite of the Demon Sword Graham that has the block shift where in Fairy Dance.
Well, even though Kirito's character is broken for sure,
Yeah.
he still really likes the world of the game. It's the same reason that I think that he liked Doolin, the girl that died with AIDS.
Yuki.
You know, and I think he just likes playing the game. I think that's deep down, he loves being in that game.
Yeah, well, you can hear them say in Mother's Rosario, Asuna asks him, "Did you throw because it was a girl?" And Kirito doesn't straight up answer, but people don't think Kirito was fighting seriously anymore because there's no life or death. So
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the main fucking issue before we get to the top 2 arcs.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is probably everyone's top 2 arcs, honestly.
Probably, yeah.
if
I mean,
you watch
Elysiization-
Elysiization, you might
Well,
change.
up to
yeah.
this point, the point that I'm at.
Yeah.
But the main fucking problem, when they lost life or death, it changed so much of what SAO was.
Oh yeah, that's a game changer.
Yes
for
and no.
sure.
It's literally a
The
game
only
changer.
thing that changed was that Kirito in Fairy Dance knew that if he didn't get to Asuna, then he would not get her back. That's why he was able to put out
Sure.
at his maximum effort. And then in Mother's Rosario, after Fairy Dance did still have the a different type of gravity to it.
Yeah.
But it was after Fairy Dance, a lot of that gravity disappeared until until GunGale.
Okay.
Oh yeah, GunGale
Well, yeah.
kind of had a thing, supposedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
All right. The GunGale.
The death gun.
GunGale is definitely my number 2.
I understand why. Yeah.
I love that fucking aesthetic.
Yeah.
That shit is Blade Runner to the max.
I do. GunGale is a lot of people's favorite just because of aesthetics.
Aesthetics, man.
Honestly, if you really like GunGale, you could watch the SAO
No.
alternative GunGale online,
I've
and
seen that.
it just takes place in GunGale. It's actually not bad.
Yeah, I know exactly.
I've looked into it.
Yeah.
I've brow perused.
Yeah.
It was on Netflix.
But
yeah,
I'm a big, huge fan of Blade Runner and GunGale. Man, I love that fucking aesthetic. I love that fucking aesthetic, dude. The first-person shooter, third-person shooter, motif.
See, okay. So, getting into GunGale.
I do like that he used a fucking lightsaber, though. That
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty cool.
that
That was pretty
badass.
cool. So Kirito logs into GunGale and he finds out that he has literally one of the most rare avatars because in GunGale, you don't get to make your avatar. It's pre-built. And the only way you can get the avatar Kirito has is you have to have like 10,000 hours logged in, which obviously all of
Did they explain that in GunGale?
Yes. They explain that like the only way
I must have drifted.
They briefly.
It's
I
very
think so.
brief.
Very brief.
I
It's
must have
literally
drifted.
when someone comes up to him and says, "Oh, that's the model, this model," and he's like, "Oh no, I'm a guy," and then the dude was like, "Hey, yo, I will triple the credits because that is this model. You've been gaming so much. You could only get it if you had been logged in a certain amount of hours,
gotcha.
and then you only had a chance of it rolling that model."
Gotcha.
So yeah, Kirito obviously is going to have that because all of his hours from SAO ported over to the world seed.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But the problem with, like, I don't know, man. I think I understand that they tried to, it was a teammate to, like, when they kill that person in the game, they kill him in real life. Like, think about how much better that would have been if it was just like they shot that dude in the face and he died.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, that's what happened.
it was a murder mystery. I do like the motif of the murder mystery.
Yeah,
That was cool.
It was nice.
It was nice.
I enjoyed most aspects of GunGale. It was really funny when he made Senna think that he was a girl.
Yeah, and then that blew up in his face.
Yeah, that really blew up in his face when they're in the changing room, and he's like, whoa, hold up, pause.
At least Kirito's not a creep. There were some people that would have just sat back, not said shit about it.
Yep, Kirito said, hold up,
Klein.
pause. Klein.
No,
100%.
God, dude, I wish. If we were following Klein,
You actually do get to see the whole party in GGO at the beginning of Elysiazation.
interesting.
Yes, they do.
Does Klein have a rocket launcher?
I don't remember. Damn it. But yeah, you get to see all of them. Obviously, Kirito and Asuna both still have lightsabers.
Of course they do.
They have to.
Yeah, I just think that it's so cool. I mean, obviously it's nothing crazy, but of course, like he's OP. He's got the
he still
the
has
weapon.
all of it. He has his stats.
Well, that and he's got the weapon that people make fun of. Oh, just kidding. He makes it like the best fucking weapon in this whole thing.
Well,
like,
the funny thing is so everyone was like, "Oh, no one can win this game," and it was the game.
It was the shooting game.
Yeah. The dodge the bullet game. And Kirito's like, "Well, I just predicted the prediction lines," and everyone's like, "Who are you?"
What the fuck
How many wars have you fought?
Yeah, hang on a second, because the only reason, and this goes all the way back to season 1.
Yeah.
Kirito, the only reason he got dual wielding was because out of all the people in SAO,
What?
I know what you're about to say. It's because he had the fastest reaction
he
time.
had the fastest reaction time out of all the people in SAO.
Okay, let's just go back a minute. If we're gonna talk about that, let's talk about the actual thing. Someone else had dual wielding before he ever did.
Who?
Yeah, a random guy.
No. It
Yes.
wasn't.
It wasn't twin swords. He had 2 axes.
Yeah, that was completely different. And
How is that different?
basically,
He's got 2 things.
Yeah, he had 2 axes.
you can equip 2,
Mm-hmm.
but dual wielding only gave you the skills.
No one else could do it though.
Because no one else did. But
Mm.
yes, they explain that, like, a lot of people have gone through the forums and been like, what about this guy? And everyone's like, oh, he just equipped 2 axes, because there's nothing that says you couldn't equip 2 weapons.
What the fuck is dual wielding if
Yeah,
you can't
so,
equip?
yeah.
Dual
What
wielding
do you mean?
has a different series
Of skills. Yes, I get that.
Think
but-
about a
skills.
video game, right? To dual wield something, you open your character menu and you just have 2 slots and you put swords in
Yes.
both those slots.
But if you
dual
don't,
wielding.
if you don't have, and it wasn't, was it called dual wielding or 2 weapon wielding in?
dual wielding.
It was dual wielding.
It was dual wield. Okay. So if you don't have the sub skills to be able to use them in tandem with one another, it wouldn't work.
Well,
So
the thing
what was
is,
the guy- the axe,
The
like-
axe guy was using skills though.
But
That's-
if you pay attention, they were not like.
They weren't great.
No, they definitely were the glowy skills. that he
Yes, but
using.
it was only one weapon at a time.
Well, we wouldn't even know
when
that. You couldn't see
Kirito
it.
was using like Starburst Stream, both weapons light up because it's part of the dual wielding subset.
I'm pretty sure both weapons were glowing.
They weren't.
They
I
were.
don't even remember this guy.
I know exactly
okay,
who he's
so
talking about because
it's-
everyone started freaking out about it. Like, oh, Kirito didn't have
Yeah, it's when Rosario, the
Mother's Rosario.
no, way before that. It's Rosario.
Oh,
It's
the red-haired lady that's trying to kill him because they got the Numa flower for Pina.
yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
One of the bandits that she had with her had the dual axes.
Yeah, he was wielding 2 axes, but
And he definitely had them both swinging and glowing, but they just kind of forgot about it and said, never mind.
They just said, shh.
I think that's either an animator's mistake, the animator's mistake.
well, yeah, probably.
but it is explained in the light novels
Right.
that Kirito got it because he had the fastest reaction time out of anyone in SAO.
Well, it's also explained in the show. It's just they kind of act like that never happened.
They're just
Yeah.
like, hey, you can't see that.
They're
But
like
I'm pretty sure if I
going to
remember
the
from that scene, only one of the axes glows at any given time. I think. I'll have to go back and watch
I'm
it.
pretty sure I watched it the other day.
I don't know.
Anyways,
I didn't even notice that guy.
The funny
so-
thing is that like all of us are saying this, none of us are gonna check.
No.
You can tell us if we're wrong.
Exactly.
Let us know.
Yeah, hit us up in the comments.
You know, and also get on to me for continuing to smack my fucking microphone with my thumb.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
love just
Yeah.
you love hitting it.
Yeah. But anyways,
But GunGale, I think that it was a nice change of pace. Maybe I like GunGale more because it's coming out of Fairy Dance, and I'm like, fucking just give me anything but this. Give me anything but this.
You just went through hell, and you're like, hey,
oh God,
is this actually okay?
It's like a little drop of water, and you're like, oh yeah, okay,
See,
yeah, nice.
And then, you know, I like that GunGale opens and like you see Senna getting.
I do like Senna as a character. I think she's a cool character.
I do like her. I think that her getting her Hecate, her material. Hecate?
Yeah, isn't that the rifle that she has?
It's not Hecate, it's Hecate.
Well,
it's a sniper rifle.
Anyways,
good enough. You think I know that fucking name? I don't. Yeah. It's a sniper.
When she gets that, and like how much work, like effort she put in, and she was just hitting that one monster in the one weak spot from all far away. I thought that was pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
For her in order to get that.
Yeah,
sniper.
I like I said, I think the aesthetic and like the third person / first person shooter motif that they went with, I think it's super fun. And I think it's super fun because it reminds me of, you guys watch those montages of like Call of Duty, the dude that does the knives.
I love those. I was that guy for a while.
That's what I'm saying. It reminds you of that. And you're like, oh, fucking right, dude.
I'm the dude that runs around with the Cali sticks and just like executes people from behind.
Now, when you're holding Cali sticks, is that dual wielding?
I'm gonna beat you with my slip-off van.
Fucking bring it!
He's ready today.
No, he's not. He's not even.
Is this dual wielding?
Yes.
Yes.
See? I'm also a dual wielder. I have very fast reflexes.
Now you're proper orientation. You couldn't even tell me the name of those two, could you?
Black sword?
No.
Illuminator or something?
And dragon sword.
No.
I don't know. No idea.
The black one is the elucidator.
Oh,
so that was close.
Yeah.
And then fuck, what did they name the blue
Dragon
one?
Poop Island.
Yeah.
Yes, you got it.
Dragon poop.
Yeah, it was made out of dragon poop. No, they made
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It does not.
I mean, it does and it doesn't. I know Elucidator just because it's such an odd name. And then the other one, the game actually named something because it was supposed to be the sword that strikes down Heathcliff. Or the main villain, Kaiba, the last boss.
Well, since we're talking about it, let's talk about the best part of SAO, the first 14 episodes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sentence makes it sound like I hate this show, and I actually don't hate this show. I think this show's fun. Well, I hate some parts of the show, but I think it's fun. I want to wait to get to our gripes to the towards the end of this conversation.
So, before we break too far into the first season, when we get to the first boss, Ilfang.
Oh, yeah, the Kobold Lord.
Yeah, the Kobold Lord. So I just watched the Progressive movie. And that's where it ends. It ends right after they defeat him.
Before he's known as a beater?
No, that's right when he becomes a beater.
That's when he becomes a beater, you know, because he wasn't before.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Because basically everything, it picks up Asuna from when they leave the square.
Well, actually, that movie starts with Asuna, honestly, not even having played anything but handhelds. But so do you guys remember what Ilfang looked like at all? I feel like Pepper should.
Yeah, of course I remember what.
Yeah,
Ilfang
it's a big fat dog monster.
Yeah, did they change it in Progressive?
Oh, it's so different. It's like he hit the fucking gym, bro.
Hell yeah, brother.
He went from having a beer gut to epic abs. And I was like, this is not the Ilfang I remember.
Yeah, he got on that JoJo's diet.
He did. He was JoJo's up.
I'm interested. You're approaching me? Does he say that?
Yeah, basically.
I mean...
Yeah, there's a moment. So whenever he grabs the tall war, he's like, the world!
Son of a bitch!
Oh, God.
Man, Araki was like, just kidding. This is actually part 9. We've been watching part 9 this entire time. Think about that shit.
No, I refuse.
Tristan's a big fan of JoJo's now.
No, not yet.
But all right, so the first 14 episodes.
Yeah.
What did you guys think about it because you watched it when it was coming out?
I watched it, when it came out.
So what's your opinions on it?
I loved the first episode.
The first episode opens so strong.
Because I was like, oh, a death game? Man, this is before that was a big genre with anime.
Exactly.
It was the first.
Exactly.
And then there were so many clones, though.
Many. And then the status, not the status, but the scene where Kaiba goes up in the sky and blood drips from the top to create the giant avatar.
They made that look so good in the Progressive movie.
It looks so aggressive.
Yeah.
And then the second episode is Kirito doing Kirito things.
Yep.
Wait, what was the second episode? Because I don't remember actually.
That's literally when he gets ready to, like, he starts meeting, like, the moonlit black cats.
Okay, so when he goes through trauma, I got you.
I think.
Wait, no.
No.
He meets them after the first boss.
He does meet them out. So the second episode is them.
It's literally, I think it's him, like, he meets, like Klein and him start training, right?
No, that's the
because
first episode.
He abandons Klein
And the
immediately.
first episode.
In the first episode?
Yes.
Yeah, like Klein never gets his moment, man.
Yeah.
And-
Klein thanks Kirito, and then
That's right. Okay, so the second episode,
they found Ilfang, the
yeah,
Cobalt
yeah, that's when they start going to the boss.
and he is already like leveled up to an extent, and he's like
And
a
he
lone
meets Asuna.
ranger.
And that's
Yeah.
when they're in like they're like, hey, we're gonna talk about we found the first boss,
Yeah.
and they're doing like a meeting.
And
Yeah.
he's like, I don't want to
Blame all the beta testers.
Yeah.
All right.
And then they're
I
like,
did-
well, the beta testers gave you this book. It's
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
information.
Yeah.
I did really like the part of the first part of SAO was when you kind of, because they do time jumps a lot.
They
They
did.
do.
Like you really have to watch the beginning, like what year is this placed
Yeah,
at?
what month am
What
I in?
month is this? Because I really enjoyed them building Kirito's character of he had lost his whole squad and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and that's why he is the way he
That's why
is.
he's a solo player.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is, he was a solo player from the start.
Well,
that's
he
true.
decided to be a solo player so that people wouldn't try and villainize the beta testers.
Oh, no. I mean, even before that, though.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And which he, like, in the Progressive movie, he actually admits, like, he's like, it's my fault partially that some of you were put in the positions you are. Because he was like, I did take advantage of my knowledge and,
Yeah.
like, get ahead.
and
Hey, man, you that as you should.
Which, honestly, okay, in season 1, they actually have the most, like, well-built society in a way
100%.
because it shows exactly what people would do.
right,
Like, it shows, like, if there's limited goods,
right.
how people are going to take advantage and what people might actually reach out
Yeah.
and help.
And then-
Because
and then they
even
got the-
Kirito says, look, these are the best places to like XP farm right now.
Yeah.
And then you also got the yellow players and the
Yeah.
red players.
So I
And-
feel like
and-
season 1 actually shows you the most.
It's technically the first
Oh,
14
yeah.
episodes.
Yes, the first 14.
I do not
Like-
put the other shit
No, I
with
see,
those episodes.
I always consider that a separate season to me.
And that's the thing, and I think that's what really bummed me out is because it does take the time to set up, and you really get to watch these characters become conniving and become this,
like
and
you
become
see
that.
an actual economy get built.
And they set up all these rules in this world, and it's so interesting. And then all of a sudden, you're like, fucking respawns are a thing, and you're like, fuck, man. But nothing beats when he like unlocked that dual wielding.
Oh, that scene,
That fucking
the Gleam
shit,
Eyes, the Gleam Eyes
fucking
episode,
shit, man.
Dude, that shit was hype.
That
yeah.
shit
He's
was
looking,
awesome.
He's looking at everyone and he's like, man, do I really want to use it? And Austin is like, I'm getting murdered right now.
I am
Please.
getting wrecked, as the kids
Yeah.
say.
Please.
And Klein and all of them are like, what do we do? And Kirito's like, I need you guys to buy me 3 minutes. Like, boy,
No,
you want
it was like 30 seconds.
It was either way. It must have been felt
Buy
like
him
in a
some time.
fucking eternity.
Yeah.
And he's like, gets everything sorted, and immediately Austin is deid. Like this blow is going to kill Austin, and here comes Kirito solo cross block.
Oh, so fucking good.
If
And
only
that-
the axe guy was there to back him up.
I really think that's the best SAO has been.
Oh, yeah, that's the most hype it ever
because
gets.
like that moment, and then I really liked the side story of when they go to get the flower to revive the familiar.
The Numa
Yeah,
flower.
yeah, Numa flower.
I really like that whole.
I thought that was
thing.
cool because you do see like how the structure of the society has changed. The fact that yellow guilds exist
Yep.
and red guild.
And then the yellow
and then-
players are
and-
literally like,
And
hey,
then sometimes green players are working with yellow and red players.
I love that. I was
that
like,
is
that's
awesome.
so cool.
I wish there was more of that.
Yeah, like what is the guild's name?
Laughing Coffin, the
Laughing
Red Guild.
Coffin. Yeah, I wish there would have been like a whole arc that was just Laughing
Now I
Coffin.
will say I do
Instead of
like
just,
the
like, little
callback
pieces.
in GunGale where the guy is
Is
a
Laughing Coffin, yeah.
I was like, okay, hold on a fucking minute.
I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say, all of what happens in GunGale gets retied back in the story for Elysiization.
Elysiization. I have heard because Elysiization, obviously I have not watched it. I don't think Rex has
Nope,
watched it.
not yet.
Tristan is all the way caught up. Is
I'm-
that the
yeah.
final SAO? Is that it?
So It's very possible that after the progressive movies, we are going to get Moon Cradle.
So there is more.
There is more.
Okay, there is more.
There's more story that might see the gang go back into Underworld.
Underworld.
That's Alicia's. That's what
Okay, all right. So I haven't been there yet.
No.
Gotcha.
No. But we might see everyone go there, which is kind of weird because of some story points that I'm not going to get into.
Sure. But yeah, I think the setup of the green, red, and yellow players and stuff like that was super fun, and I really liked all 14 episodes. I really liked all 14
See,
episodes.
I did like season 1, part 1 a lot.
Yeah.
Einkrad.
It does make it sound like JoJo's when you say that.
Okay, so never mind. I'm
really
calling it Einkrad.
Yeah, I liked SAO part 1 too. Part 2, trash. Part 3, pretty good. It's kind of like JoJo's. Part 3, fucking pretty good.
Don't say it's like JoJo's.
And then Excalibur is part 4.
Okay,
like it's
maybe.
just kind of
And then part 5 is
fucking
Mother's Rosario.
garbage. So cool.
It kind of does. Okay.
Yeah, like hey, hear me out.
So okay. Earlier you mentioned,
And then part 6 has parts 1, 2, and 3. There's Aliciazation. There's 3
all I'm
parts to
saying.
Aliciazation.
okay. Earlier you mentioned GunGale alternative.
Yeah.
The reason why I just can't get behind it.
Lean is a little pink rabbit person.
Okay, yeah.
Uses
Liter-
submachine guns.
Well, yeah, she wanted to be cute because in real life she's like really
6
tall
foot
and stuff.
tall.
Yeah. But no, that's fine. I understand people having like body dysmorphia and wanting to be different than how they actually are. That's actually an issue.
Yeah,
Great.
100%.
Good job, Sword Art.
Yeah.
My issue with it though is she's like a 14, 15-year-old girl, goes to play this game, immediately is up against a squad of like U.S. Marines that are playing the game.
Well,
and
to be fair,
takes them all down like it's nothing.
To be fair, GunGale Online is a high, like the whole thing is competitive.
Well, yeah, I get that. But you think a 14-year-old girl's going to take down a damn Marine?
You think that the Marines are going to be able to play video games to
Dude, it's like real life.
No, but I was about to say, I bet you, if you put up some COD players with some military COD players, the COD players win.
They're going to win.
Like,
Okay, well,
it's
yeah,
not
that's
real life.
No, but this is, though. This basically is. You're
it's like a
literally...
video. I don't think Kirito can do exactly what he can do in SAO.
He tries.
He tries.
Hey, I mean, he does
He does good.
pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
He does
like,
okay, but what
but
I'm saying is
like,
it doesn't transfer 1-to-1.
Well, no, it doesn't 1-to-1, but I'm pretty sure if you say, oh, you put Trace, your brother, into like a virtual reality versus like a 14-year-old
That's
boy.
the first time he's been brought up in
Yeah.
this.
Imagine. There's no way that your brother is not winning.
Actually, my brother was really good at like fucking scary good at Call of Duty.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. You're saying like, oh, yeah, but Marines might not be the... A lot of people that are Marines have played Call of Duty.
I'm just saying, yes, 80% of the times they would win, but if you go against a pro player...
But also,
this wasn't a pro player.
Also, what if they had qualms with shooting a child in the face?
No one has qualms.
Yeah, maybe.
Whoa!
In a game.
In a game.
In Minecraft.
You don't know. You don't know that.
In Minecraft.
This is a full dive technology, so everything looks and feels real to them. So maybe they have qualms with shooting a 14-year-old in the face, Rex. Maybe she has an advantage, an age advantage.
Yeah, they have PTSD against them. I got you.
I mean,
She doesn't have PTSD. She's just like,
She's an innocent child that kills people.
But no, that was the thing that turned me off. I was like, this is like so
But
unbelievable.
do you really come to SAO for believability?
Yeah,
no,
I mean, come on now.
Not fully.
They turned a dragon poop into a sword.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Like, it somehow makes sense. The dragon eats certain things. It gets... But anyways...
You're going to defend dragon poop sword? I got
I mean, yeah.
Dark repulsor. I figured that out.
If
That's
he
its
literally eats nothing but rocks, I'm guessing he refines it in his gut. But anyway...
I know what I must do.
Eat rocks?
I don't
What's
know,
that
man.
hat say again?
Kick rocks, smoke crack.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I don't know, man. Like, I kind of learned halfway through part 1 of SAO to be like, I'm not coming here for realism.
No.
But
I mean,
they do. But I will say the part 1 is the most grounded.
It is.
100%. But you know what I will
the
say?
fishing arc.
Hey, whoa! Hang on.
Was there a fishing arc?
Yeah, there's a
Yes.
whole like
It's
after they get
the
married,
honeymoon.
the honeymoon arc.
Is that part 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, where he
That's
like
Minecraft.
where he tries to fish and then catches the giant fish,
Yes.
and then it's got little legs on it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then he's like
The
hiding
king of the
behind
sea.
Asuna,
And
Asuna takes it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
And then they get a daughter, you know?
You leave Yui alone.
We're
talking about fucking Yui.
We are. Listen, there's some things I haven't talked about because they deserve their own segment.
Yeah, I mean, they
Yui
do.
is fucking one of them.
You leave her alone.
I will not. It is. Oh, here we go. Okay. That fuck shit's garbage. That fuck shit's terrible. That fuck shit is one of the worst. She calls them daddy and mommy, and I want to fucking claw my ears off every fucking time she
You
speaks.
leave Yui alone.
Peppers, you need to watch the abridged version, and it will just make you feel better
It
about
is
the whole
very
thing.
funny in the
It's
abridged
great.
version.
I do kind of enjoy. I feel like Yui's gonna be the way in that like SAO and the real world blend together because now at this point they got the fucking.
They're trying to
camera.
build something for her. In
Yeah.
order, yeah.
She's basically the first
Yui-
VTuber.
Honestly, like
Yui-
her and Iron Mouse about the same
Yeah.
fucking
Yui
popularity.
is not the first, and that gets explained in Aliciazation
Yeah.
as well.
What? She's not the first VTuber?
No, that she's not the first like bridge between
I
virtual
understand
and
that.
Oh, are you saying no?
they bring someone else.
I think I would have been just as okay and just as fine and probably better off is when Yui stepped up and saved them and they got like the heart of Yui. Like
Yeah.
the little, leave it at that. Like it's just an equipment item. I think that she adds nothing to the story. She adds.
I mean,
no,
I think you
besides-
mostly think that because when she gets brought back, it's the fairy
She's
tale
a
land.
navigation pixie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like she brings nothing, man. And I think that why is it so hard? And I think this is what's so aggravating about this anime. And I know other animes have done it, but why can't they just have the story that they want to tell, have that emotional weight? They don't have to bring back every fucking thing.
But you didn't know that they were going to bring back Yui, because if you
But they've done it multiple times
yes,
with
but
multiple
with
characters.
when Kirito went to fairy dance, all of his equipment was corrupted.
Right, and he was like, "Oh, I got to get it. I got
to see
make
if
sure
it-
I got this." Whatever.
And that
whatever.
was the one piece of gear that wasn't corrupted.
I understand that, but my thing is, SAO has one of the biggest problems with like they want to have this big like when she steps up and saves them and becomes a immortal object.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Summons basically the sword.
Yeah.
yeah, but she also gives up her admin capabilities in that moment.
I understand that, but why
Well-
not that just be her moment? And she had that moment, and it's so powerful and it's so good and it's so awesome. Why is SAO the ones that's like we've had this awesome character, we're bringing it back?
You also got to think though, like
They can't kill anyone off.
They can't. There's.
Well,
I mean, they do. I mean, look
It
at the
literally
black
takes
cats.
fucking AIDS to kill
Hey,
somebody.
no,
off.
the moonlit
Whoa.
black cats.
Yeah, they
It was
were
a treasure
murdered.
chest.
Anyways,
Goblin torture.
Yeah.
I understand that, but
Anyways,
I'm saying the
but-
main crew.
So
Hey,
you
they
also
were
got-
the main crew.
You also got to think, right, that they met Yui and the relationship did not just take place over 2 days.
no, I know.
It was like a time period. I don't know how long.
They tried to take her to an orphanage.
They did. They did try and take her to an orphanage.
I know.
But she also had the mentality of a fucking young child, and she latched on to the two of them.
I understand. None of that's bad. None of that's bad. What I'm saying is, why can't the people that create this?
Why can't you just accept that Yui's here to stay?
Are you a Yui?
I
like,
love Yui.
He's a Yui stand, okay?
All right.
But I'm just saying,
I was heartbroken when they killed her, and I was so happy when they brought her back.
Yui for life.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's my next tattoo. Get it on your shoulder.
Yui is basically the merry-go for him.
No.
No, God, no. Come on
Let's
now.
not talk about that. But here's the thing: Oda didn't bring the fucking Mary back, did it?
No, but
Kinda. The mini Mary.
The soul.
The Thousand Sunny
Yeah,
had the mini.
Thousand
Mary.
Sunny.
But that's funny, and you see it once in one part of an arc, and then it fucking moves on.
Yeah.
My thing is, I think SAO's biggest problem for me is any of emotional weight and any time that I'm like, yes, dude, this is fucking great storytelling. That's why I said it. SAO has some great storytelling moments. I said that shit. But the problem with it,
You could feel Rex's ego deflate.
no, but the problem with it is those great moments are then fucking shot out of a fucking cannon.
I thought you were going to say they were eclipsed by all the flaws.
No, they're eclipsed or shot out of a cannon or eclipsed or whatever because they can't commit to a choice. They can't commit to anything.
So can we talk about when he gets forced to join the Knights of the Blood?
Sure, let's do it.
Oh, yeah. You mean when Heathcliff cheats?
Oh, yeah, basically. Even though I did like the abridged version better where he just is thinking of his plan and gets beat while he's planning.
Yeah.
It's great.
I did like because it doesn't really even tell you like how he did it because obviously you don't know that it's
a GM power.
Seto Kaiba or whatever.
Seto
Akihiko Kaiba.
Basically the same guy. Like I love that.
Guys,
he sounds similar.
Yeah, exactly. They're related somewhere down the line. They're cousins at best. They probably love each other, like cousins do apparently in this world. But I actually really liked how they showed that he cheated, but then you slowly figure it out over the course of a few episodes of like how it happened. Like that's good.
Well, yeah, because they're fighting the centipede of death.
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you feel about the whole Kuradil situation?
The turn?
Cordial.
Yeah, no, the guy that basically was stalking Asuna was her guard.
And then poisoned Kirito.
Yeah,
He tried to kill him.
The turn. He turned.
And
He turned
turned
to Laughing Coven.
He was always laughing.
I know, but what I'm saying is that's what I meant by that. Is like his turn. I liked it.
I mean, I liked a moment of it.
Listen,
when he gets stabbed in the fucking
no,
chest.
he likes when Kirito is literally like, well, this is it.
Yeah, I had high hopes.
You really don't like Kirito like that?
So no, I just thought, okay, if Sword Art takes the
Kills
turn
the main
of
character.
killing the MC, and then I guess maybe Asuna or Klein had to step up and actually do a thing.
Yeah.
Dude, it would be a different story.
Actually.
It could be hardcore.
Yeah, that's like me saying All Might's going to die in My Hero Academia.
Dude, that would have been a better story.
It would have been better. This is what I'm saying to you.
So,
I like Kirito more than I like All Might.
here's the funny thing.
I said what I fucking said.
Okay, I agree with you on
I
that.
said what I
You
fucking
know when he kills the Santa Claus and gets the
Yeah,
object
the thing to resurrect.
that he gives to Klein.
said. Yes.
Yep.
There is a time when Klein has to use it to revive him in the light novels.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, all right.
Okay, that finally came around.
You know what? I said that to Josh when we were watching. I said, he sent that. I said, what's going to be funny is they're going to use it to revive him.
Yep, Klein uses
But
it
then
to...
they never showed it in the anime.
No.
So it's moved on.
Yes.
That
sucks.
If they would have actually done that, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, like...
What it sounds like to me is they could have fucked off on the fairy part and made SAO part 1
Longer?
24
they could have. They
episodes.
could have done more. There's a lot more source material for Ironclad.
What the fuck are they doing?
Well,
what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm not sure if this is actually in the light novel. So the Progressive movie actually introduced a new character.
It's a completely different light novel.
What the hell? So it introduces a new character that uses a scythe. That's Asuna's friend from actual real life. Dude, if she had been in the regular SAO, would have been a game changer.
She was Asuna's friend, and then she literally is like, fuck you.
That's not what exactly happens.
I want to live.
I mean,
I want to live.
no, it was more of I
Oh,
don't,
God. I
okay,
realize what I've done.
Why would you do this to me? Anyways, I want to live. No,
Hey, she lives.
it's not even that. She didn't want to watch her die.
No.
It's not that she wanted to live. She just didn't want to watch Asuna die.
Yeah.
So,
Which I get it.
I could take or leave Asuna. I'm going to be honest with you. Out of the harem,
I mean,
low on the list.
she is vanilla.
boy,
Yes.
Low on
boy,
the list.
Bryson will have your throat for that one.
Bring it, Bryson. You got to get on the podcast then.
Yeah. Are you going to fight him? He has 2 swords.
Look at me.
Dual wheel.
You going to fight me? I don't think so.
I cannot wait to show this episode specifically to Bryson.
If you had to rank.
What, the waifus of the show?
Yeah. Where you at with it, Rex? Where you at? I'll rank them. I'll rank them right fucking now.
I can't remember all of them as far as the issue.
well,
So
maybe
there's,
I can't remember.
okay,
either.
there's Asuna, Elizabeth, what's the little girl's
the
name?
familiar girl.
Yeah, but she's all obviously out of the ranking.
Yes,
because
she's
if-
11.
Yeah, it's less
She's
than
out of the ranking, Tristan.
No, I'm
She's
trying to
out of
remember
ranking.
her name.
Familiar girl. I know who you're talking about.
I know the familiar's name's Pina.
Yeah, I know Pina because she screams it like 50
rank
times.
Pina number 1.
No,
No, but she's out of the ranking.
he only could use healing power like one time. He's out.
Pretty cool.
Bubble breath.
Bubble breath.
did have bubble
It
breath.
reminded me of Squirtle.
Yeah, except
Which,
less
except
cool.
it was an ice dragon thing.
He was cooler than Squirtle.
No,
Squirtle is
dude, fuck you. Squirtle's the best. He
Now-
had shades, bro.
in the anime.
Yeah,
Now, if you could
We're talking about
accessorize your
anime.
Pokemon
Dude.
in the Pokemon game,
I
that's
wish.
free
Hey,
idea. That's free
Pokemon, come
idea.
on.
But yeah, so you got Asuna, you got other Asuna.
Other Asuna,
Her name's close. She's the one with the gun. Sinoi.
Senna.
Yeah, but her real name is close to Asuna.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's like Asuna 2.
No, it's not.
What is it then?
Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Asuna.
No, it's not.
Starts with an A.
No.
Yes.
He might be right about starting with A.
It's not, but it's not close to Asuna.
Anyway, we'll call her Cena. So honestly, if I'm putting a list and we're going all the way up there, Cena's probably at the top.
Amen, brother.
Like, let's be honest.
Amen. Easy. When she said, think of me with Excalibur, I said, fucking, I'll think of you even without Excalibur. Like, fucking number one.
Klein.
Klein is at the top of the list.
Klein
honestly.
is technically might be a member of his harem.
No.
I mean, he doesn't get anything, so he might be.
Klein
He might
is
be.
boy, man. No, Klein is his boy. Yeah, I would definitely say Asuna 2 is better than Asuna
Cena.
1. I can't wait for you to realize that I'm right.
Her name's not Asuna.
It's fucking right next to it. It's next door.
It's okay. So it's Silica, Sugu, Lisbeth, Sinon, Alice. Which you guys
Sinon is
don't
her
know.
name.
You guys don't know Alice. I'm trying.
I'm talking about their actual real life.
I'm looking
name.
at it. Give me a minute.
Also, Silica was the one with the dragon.
Yep. Asuna, obviously. You guys don't know Alice.
Oh God, Sugaha better be low on the list.
Yeah.
The cousin?
Yeah. I mean, I guess she's not your cousin.
Not my cousin. That's all I'm saying. Not my cousin. So not weird for me. Weird for Kirito.
For sure.
But I would probably say,
Shino Asada.
Asuna. Asuna. What are you gonna tell me that's not close?
But
Yes.
Shino.
Shino.
Yeah.
What's the last name?
Asada.
Okay, what's Asuna?
That's her first name.
I understand that, but they're the same fucking name.
No.
They're very similar.
You said they're not even close. You said
They're not. One is Asada. One is Asuna.
Motherfucker, 3 of those syllables are the goddamn same. What do you mean?
Nope. You're wrong.
Oh my God.
I actually sided with you, Pat, but
Thank
whatever.
you. Talking about, it's not even close.
Okay, so
But yeah, I would
Tier
say,
list.
yeah,
Go.
I would say, Asada,
Shinon.
Shinon,
Sinon.
number 1
Shinon.
with a
Yeah.
fucking bullet,
Yeah, there you go.
literally.
So we're just talking through like Mother's Rosario,
Yes,
right?
through,
Yeah.
yes. I'm a also say, AIDS girl.
Yuki?
Yeah,
She's also like,
is she 11?
yeah, she's not. She's like 14.
Is she 14? Is her character
16.
14?
Hang on. I'll let you know
Also-
right now. I'll let you know right now.
Because she was kind of badass, man. Like she took that.
Yuki. She was 15 when she died.
Damn. Take her off the list. Aren't these all 15 and 16?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are just fucking boy.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, I was young when I first watched it.
I was not. All right, maybe we don't do a tier list.
Yeah.
This could get
This
dangerous.
could go bad. It already has gone
It
bad.
already has gone bad.
You
So-
guys might. Hey, you're pot committed
I'm
now.
pot committed.
Go.
So Suna,
Sinon.
yeah, whatever.
Sinon.
Sniper girl, the Yuki that beat Kirito, she's badass. Then I would probably do what's the blacksmith?
Lisbeth.
Yep,
Lisbeth.
number 3.
Liz.
And then I would probably do
Asuna.
No, she's at the bottom.
No,
He's
dude.
Sugu.
Silica should be at the bottom.
Who's Silica?
The
That's the
dragon.
tamer.
She's
thing.
not in the list. I guess if we're doing this, let's fucking
She's bottom for sure.
I don't know. I don't know.
What?
I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know, man. I can't at all. This could get dicey. Then the cousin's
Sugaha.
Sugu.
number 4, and then the familiar lady's number 5, and then Asuna's
Keiko.
at the fucking bottom.
No, Silica's the.
Well, her name's Ayano Keiko.
Oh, I don't know.
She was
her
born
real name.
October 4th, 2010. So at the
So-
at the beginning of Aincrad, she's
While-
12.
So while I was in college, she was born. I got you.
At the end of Aincrad, she's 14. So Aincrad was 2 years. They were 2 years in the game.
So what you're saying is I'm gonna have to definitely click the explicit box for this podcast.
Don't we always?
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
I click that
I
fucking
mean-
button so hard.
I can't control my voice. There's things that get out.
It happened.
It's so funny because most of them, like Lisbeth, is 15 at the beginning of Aincrad and 17 at the end.
All right, we're just gonna move on because I feel like we're in danger.
This is a dangerous area.
So, okay. So kind of to start wrapping this up, the SAO talk.
I love that he made his tier list, and we're just not.
Yeah, I don't care. I said what I said. This is not Pepper's tier list.
I obviously gave the correct answer for the first choice.
I just want. I wanted to do all. Yes, 100%.
Everyone knows. We all agree.
But I just wanted to make it very, very clear.
After number 1, our lists are very different.
Yeah, I just want to make it very, very clear. Asuna is at the fucking bottom. You can put Klein's up there. Asuna's at the fucking. I don't like her as a character one bit.
Okay, well, if you watch the Progressive movie, you might like her a bit better. They do actually do a good job characterizing her.
I know more, so I do like Asuna a lot.
But
there's nothing that could bring me
I
back.
will say,
There
as
is.
far as in standard sword art, I did not like her.
Yeah, she sucks.
She's just very vanilla. And also, you don't understand her motivations at all.
At all.
But-
You don't really find those out till after Fairy Dance.
Well,
and
you
the
find
thing-
them out.
Yeah, with the mother and like doing all that, like the and I think that's why I didn't like Mother Rosario so much is all of a sudden they're like, fucking, let's try to make it.
Yeah.
Let's try to give her some character depth.
If they would have, if Mother's Rosario was a different thing and it was just like, oh, we're actually just focusing on Klein, I'd be like,
Hold on a fucking minute.
My favorite part.
All right, so that's what I was gonna say. That's my list. How do you rank the arcs?
I mean, pretty close to what you do,
Yeah.
honestly. Obviously the first 14 episodes, if they would have just extended that, it could have been something even better.
Yeah,
Or if they would have just ended it at that,
I think that would have been a cool move.
It would have been.
I can't wait to see if we're gonna actually get SAO Unital Ring.
So-
That's the
so we-
next part after.
So we all land about the same.
Yeah,
list,
I
huh?
mean, like mine is different.
What is yours?
Okay.
I have the Alicization and stuff in mind,
Oh, well, that's
Okay, take those away.
but then it's the same.
okay.
all
So
right,
yeah,
all right,
we all
all right.
agree.
Yeah,
All right,
but
okay.
like Alicization is in like if I separate parts 1, part 2, part 3 of Alicization.
Yeah, like a JoJo's would.
And the funny thing is Alicization is technically part 6 of the anime.
SAO is fucking JoJo's, and no one can fucking tell me otherwise. It's just for isekais.
They did part 1, part 2, and part 3, part 6, part 1, part 2, and part 3 before JoJo's did.
That's wild.
They're ahead of the game. Technically not. The
Well,
manga's
that's
been out
because
for a while.
JoJo's is just behind.
But the anime
game.
hasn't. The anime
No.
in the United States did part 1, part 2, and part 3 of part 6.
Fair, fucking fair. And then, I mean, is there any complaint? I know Rex is a big. Now that we've revisited SAO, do you think you will watch Alicization?
I mean, yeah, I'll watch it because
he'll have to when we get to 150 subscribers.
yeah. So if
That's
you guys get
fair.
us there, which honestly we're getting close.
We are.
We're
Which is
getting
why we-
scarily close. Which means I gotta get ready to watch JoJo's.
And
Doo, doo,
Peppers
doo,
has to
doo.
get ready to watch some Hunter x Hunter.
Just wait till I come in as gone.
Oh,
my God.
We'll see. Get us to 150 and we'll see. Maybe.
Do it. Peer pressure. But
is there any like complaint or anything you guys?
I mean, we all know I'm not gonna complain about Sword Art Online.
I know you're.
I love Sword Art Online. I've
honestly-
been waiting every day since that first episode when they showed a nerve gear. I'm like, I need this.
Oh yeah, dude.
I need this technology.
we all need that technology.
Amen.
Let's
And then
be-
the second it's here, you guys won't see me again.
This is it.
Outside of the virtual
we'll just
world.
do the podcast
That's
in the, game.
virtual world.
Yeah, it's so much easier to record.
Plans. Elon Musk, get on it.
Get on it. But yeah, just so I mean, I feel like we covered it pretty good.
Yeah. Again, the only thing that I really have as a complaint is I wish they would have dove more into like Laughing Coffin and some of the complexities of the society.
I do
like
think
it was cool that they were like, oh, there are some people that are just like living normal lives.
right.
Would have been nice to actually see more sides of that.
I do have a question for Rex, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after watching the Progressive movies and
Well, I only saw the one.
Okay, after watching the first Progressive movie and rewatching SAO, have any of your worries about what the studios are going to do for solo leveling been abated or no?
So
That is true. It's the studio, Rex.
okay, so I saw the solo leveling trailer, which it actually showed a little bit. I know what kind of music they're going to go with, and they're going with the safer course. And that's a little sad to me because I feel like if they kind of did something out of left field, it could be amazing.
Okay.
But it's a gamble like that. Like kind of like with the original Hellsing when they had jazzy music or Cowboy Bebop
Yeah.
even. Like, if they did something out of left field like that, they could make Solo Leveling amazing. Now, the animation, I'm not a super big fan as far as how I've seen the character design. Like, it looks pretty close to the manga, but just the lighting of it, it doesn't feel the same to me. But so far, we've only seen scenes of him in the real world. So I'm hoping once he gets in dungeons and stuff, you'll actually see it and it'll look a lot better. Because the progressive movie, I will say, in 9 years, I think it was, because it came out in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2012 and the progressive movie,
They have come a long way. Like, that movie is pretty as hell.
I will say, now having watched, half of SAO at this point, I am more excited for the Solo Leveling movie.
I'm still...
Because...
Movie. It's an anime.
Well, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But I will say this is because I think that the studio can... Some of those scenes are fucking cool.
They are.
The gleam eyes.
And I think it's aged well. You got to think, I'm watching it now, and some of this stuff was 2012, 2013.
The animation has gotten better.
A lot of Project Elysiization is like high tier animation.
Because that movie, dear God, like they must have had a budget. Because
and I do think that the Solo
it's a sideways 8.
Infinite.
Yeah.
Dude, SAO prints money.
Yeah. Facts.
I gave them money. Probably not them. Probably just some guy in a back alley.
Some guy in a garage.
Yeah. But I will say this is because I think Solo Leveling has stronger source material. So that's what makes me excited.
Solo Leveling has a straight up manga, whereas SAO is all light novels.
Yeah, it does have stronger source material for getting the style down. It's just, it's going to be the first time this studio's taken up something that's in like a style other than like traditional Japanese animation.
Sure.
So
what are they going to do with it?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. And again, the only issue, I feel like they're going to go the safe route as far as the soundtrack, which, okay, the guy that's doing the music, fucking champion. He did all of the music for SAO. He did all the music for Dot Hack Sign.
Just wait then, because Elysiization got some fire music.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's done a bunch of bangers, but the thing is, I feel like it's always the same kind of genre of music. And I was hoping
for something different.
Well, maybe he'll do something different.
Maybe he might.
Yeah, maybe he might.
Not just an artist because they're known for something. They could always be like,
well, yeah.
This, but they probably will play it safe.
Yeah, they probably will.
If anything,
either way, I'll be happy to see it. That's all I can say.
You know,
we rambled on about Sword Art Online for the better part of an hour and 20 minutes.
Dear Lord.
Hey, I will say this. Tristan, did you ever think this episode would happen?
No, not in a million years. Because you literally have said I will not watch Sword Art Online. Yeah, not in a million years.
It was one of the first
anime. I guess it's 1,000,001 years because it's been done.
Well,
Jesus.
We are getting old.
Well, I think the funny thing is that like now you're kind of like, listen, I've watched it and it's not terrible.
No, I'm gonna finish.
I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna drive it home.
I'm gonna finish because I've also heard Elysiization or whatever is a fucking chunk.
Yeah, like it's big. It's
but
beefy.
It's about as big as the rest of the anime.
I know a lot of people that land with it. Some of it being up there. Some of it being some of the best that SAO has been.
I mean, Elysiization's really
if I got
really
through the
cool.
fucking fairy dance bullshit.
Honestly,
yeah, we know how much you love fairies.
No matter what happens, Peppers,
we'll always have
Elysiization will always rank higher. All of Elysiization will always be well above fairy dance.
I don't think there's nothing that could
go under
fairy dance and Mother Rosario. Like in anime.
But I mean that's just because you just the fairy thing.
X-Arm above Mother's Rosario. Oh, wow. I said what I said.
Well, you know what we're gonna start before he makes more catastrophic failures of mentions. Rex, you got anything to plug?
Oh yeah. So if you guys are listening on Spotify, please go over to our YouTube AnimeUnraveled Pod. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment below. It really helps us out, and let us know what you think about SAO. Maybe tell us your favorite arc.
Yeah, I bet these comments are going to be solid.
I'm sure there's going to be some fire in these comments.
Hey, yep. But if you like us in the short bursts, we're over at AnimeUnraveled Pod on TikTok.
The breath.
I try to post every day. I've actually been slacking off because but I'm back. I'm back to ticking and talking. You know me. Love SAO, love ticking and talking.
Guys,
That's what they say.
This is what's really funny is I saw a comment on the most recent YouTube video about this little section. Guys, it is the end of the episode. It is my favorite part of the episode.
Hey, how could this?
How
Some people's
dare
my
you.
favorite part.
Yeah,
I know.
Some people they fucking hate it.
Listen, there's a reason why this is my favorite part of the episode, and it's because it means that you've been with us for the last hour and a half to listen to us, and you can just listen to me tell you to please make sure wherever you are watching or listening to us to leave a review, like, and subscribe. It really helps us out. It gets our name out there, and it puts us in the algorithm for other people around you. If you're on YouTube, comment down below. Tell us your favorite parts of Sword Art Online, any recommendations of Sword Art Online-esque anime you would like to see us watch, or whatever.
Or if you want us to watch, Tristan JoJo's Me Hunter x Hunter, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button.
hit that subscribe button, 150, and I will watch all of JoJo's, Peppers will watch all of Hunter x Hunter, and Rex will watch all of Alicia's Asian. Man, you got the easy one.
I also have to finish Hunter x Hunter.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, fellas.
Fellas.
Coming close.
You know what? Yeah. Hey, back in the day, I haven't came in. Let me come in.
I mean, I've smacked this fucking mic stand like 14 times today, so you'll have fun with that.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something
Let
about
me
that
come
next time.
in close.
Are you gonna kill one of us?
Hey, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.